Good morning, people. Really hot day here in Spain. All over Europe, I think, is going kind of nuts. And I didn't even, yeah, whatever. So many ask me whether, what kind of diet has been helping me heal Lyme disease, even though I have some, mast cell fatigue from the hormones left over. And it's been a carnivore diet. So, vegans, beware. You're not going to like this video probably, but yeah, I was vegetarian before, and I was already getting really, really sick. So, at one point I realized it was not working for me. And yeah, and the minute I stopped eating vegetables, crazy enough, my belly inflammation just basically went down completely. Insulin resistance, which was crazy, and it was affecting the brain like straight away. It just, yeah, everything started normalizing, and I was shocked. I was beyond shocked. And honestly, at this point, you know, plants have substances. I'm not going to go into names and complicated stuff. That basically they basically protect themselves from the environment. And when we eat them, um, the same happens to our body. It's like all these substances the body has to fight with, no? So really, and especially when you are basically fermenting and fermenting everything, it doesn't really work. So I was losing weight. It was insane. But when I changed the diet at the very beginning, it was kind of weird. I had some hurt reactions, so on. But then, guess what? I started gaining the weight I needed. My digestive system felt a lot better. I had some die off, obviously, because that's gonna happen. And yeah, so basically, the diet consists on red meat in different shapes, like mincemeat, and I don't know how you call it. It's called fricando. I mean, that's in Catalan. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. But yeah, it's red meat as well, beef basically. And then we did like sauces with this, which is basically coconut cream. So as fats, I would use mainly this one, which is really useful to cook, and then coconut oil, olive oil, of course, we're in Spain. Um, and yeah, and some butter, like really like good quality butter. And I would eat some cabbage sometimes because it seems like it doesn't give me problems. Eggs, basically. Yeah, the cabbage just basically fits there for some reason, but it should not be there, but it is, and it doesn't do me wrong. And that's what I did. So, there are two types of dishes which I never get bored about, crazy enough. My cravings that I mean, I used to be a person that was eating like every 5 minutes. That's how bad insulin resistant was. All around this area, I had melasma, which was caused by the heavy insulin resistance I had. It was crazy. Like, yeah, just basically like very dark patches in the skin, in the neck, obviously having more like panic anxiety, all this because of the insulin resistance doing spikes up and down. It was just insane. So, yeah, I changed that, and I changed slowly into eating once a day, sometimes twice, but in the same kind of range. And Greek yogurt and some blueberries. That's all I eat mainly, and it has saved my life. I mean, again, that's my case. That's how it's been for me. It makes a lot of sense. And I do not believe, like, I mean, at least for me, I couldn't have done it any other way. And I'm gonna keep eating this way because it just basically saved me, and it's still saving me. So I still eat this way. I'm never tired about it. When I have like a very, very severe PMS craving, I do use coconut flour, but very rarely. Some eggs, and then we do like a mini cake thing. And then I might add like raw cacao, and that's like, that's it. That's my diet, and it's working wonderfully. But work the best on with it. It's been basically eating once a day, giving enough time for my body to process and detox everything. So I would stop eating around 5 p.m. Max. In summer I could make it a bit longer, and it works. It works so well. It's absolutely insane because you no longer see eating many times a day as a normality anymore. It just sounds crazy, in fact, to think that people eat more than that. it just doesn't make any sense. And I believe it's been the industry that basically, same as with the pyramid, lied to us about all this and made us eat beyond what we need and cause us to be insulin resistant and many other things, which makes us consume even more and more and more, obviously processed foods and so on, which that I'm not even counting, but that's what happens. And that's what, every time you consume this amount of sugars, your immune system gets suppressed for hours. So imagine if you do this constantly over and over again all your life, what happens, right? So yeah, this is life saving as well because you can do like ice creams with this. You can also use, all the things, and I just find it fantastic. And I'm not waking up in like, I'm never like this horrible hunger of despair that puts you in a bad mood. It just never happens. I'm hungry, but in a normal way. Again, during PMS, we need a bit more, and I might do an omelette here and there, or raw eggs, or whatever extra, let's say. And sometimes, obviously, I fall into the raw cacao thing because, yeah, I mean, it happens, but I think that's what's been working, and it feels so normal to me now. I've been eating like this for almost 3 years, I guess, and it really, really works. And so yeah, apart from the estrogen mast cell situation that I still have flaring the mast cells going on, everything else I would say is just gone. And a big part of it was insulin resistance, and I cannot believe how eating like this has healed my gut, has healed me. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, again, not alone with everything else, with the sun, walking, some few things here and there, LDM, blah 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 blah, microdosing psilocybin, all of this together, and so on. So I'm sorry, vegan, vegetarian. I don't care at this time. I know how sick I was when I was eating like that. I know how like inflamed my gut was, and I truly believe this is the way that humans should eat at this point. And yeah, I'm sorry to say, um, but this is part of nature too. I do not believe many of these vegan products as well that come in like packagings, and I'm not going to go into this. I don't care. I'm just explaining what worked for me. If it's useful for you, fantastic. But especially when there is neuroinflammation, and there are many, many studies about, autism and neuropsych things and neurological inflammation from autoimmune disease and so on, that really, really, really demonstrate how eating like this lowers massively brain inflammation and nervous system inflammation. So, what can I say? So that's what I eat, what I still do eat nowadays. Um, and to be honest, I really think it's what worked the best. It's one of the best things I ever done, along, place, diet, support, microdosing psilocybin, and having like yeah, at the start, if you're not used to this, you have to go slow. You're gonna go into, or you could start with keto diets and slowly move into these, that kind of thing. Never go like straight into like that, but if you go slowly and you build up to it, same as with eating like once a day, or when I say once and a half, I mean usually I eat like around 12, which in Spain is unseen, to be honest. I must be the only person eating at 12 in Spain, I guess. And then, but yeah, but I don't have breakfast, so there you go. And then around sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock, I have some Greek yogurt with whatever, when, yeah, that's it. And that'll be it. Or sometimes I would have like a raw egg, I mean, a boiled egg, something like this. That'll be it, basically. The only disadvantage of the diet when you start feeling better and if you can move around, is that obviously it's a hard one to transport. But if I find myself in a situation like that, I would bring boiled eggs, for instance, or I just plan around it, and that's that. Also, I still haven't done, because I removed all my bad root canals. I still have to put some molars there because uh, I still haven't got them, so I cannot bite. I have to like cut everything like really tiny, or just how you call it? Well, yeah, just basically have it really small. And yeah, hopefully we'll do that soon. And that's it, really. That's the diet. That's how it's been working for me. Yeah, there was some hurts at the beginning and some time adjusting to it, but the level of inflammation dropped massively, like big time after I would say maybe a month or two of that kind of diet. And it's been consistently lowering, and me, metabolically being better and gaining weight and gaining the weight I needed. I don't want to gain anymore. For me, that this is like the normal one. And I seem to always gain it in the lower part. I don't know why, but yeah, that's how I'm built. And that's how it works. So yeah, my hormones started to be better from a really, really like messy thing. Yeah, it's just the least is the melasma that I had like big time from insulin resistance in my face went away completely. What can I say? It really changed my life. I never thought many years ago when I was vegetarian that this could happen, and I would completely change the perception of this. Again, I'm eating like non hormonal organic meat, which we show all, I mean, that's the way it should be, and this is what we are trying, or they are trying to put us against, same as with eggs, same as with all this. I mean, I think humans have thrived in this kind of diets basically in all history. So, everything else and grains, all these things came later on. And to be honest, I don't believe our guts are ready for that, especially not if they have glyphosate and all that added, but I'm not going to go into this either. And yeah, so especially the it's not just this, it's about the fats as well. Having more good fats into all these diets really, really helped me. I sometimes drink something that's like, I call it el calentito, which is not good for the summer because calentito means hot. But it's like coconut milk with curcumin, with ghee, clarified butter, and then similar to the bulletproof coffee, even though it doesn't have any coffee going on, I just put it in a blender. It's absolutely crazy. Ghee is very high, or it makes you produce more butyrate, which is incredible for the gut and helps in so many ways. You could possibly do it in a like a fresquito, but the ghee, it's a lot better when it's warm. I don't like the kind of cheesy thing that it has when it's cold, and it also solidifies. So this is something more for the winter, I guess, autumn. But it's fantastic to heal the gut as well. So again, thanks for watching. Have a good day.